In a time long past, in the heart of a small village, there lived a man named Shoun who had chosen the path of Soto Zen. His life was far from ordinary, for he had the responsibility of caring for his elderly mother after the passing of his father. This duty weighed upon Shoun's heart, and he carried it with devotion. Whenever Shoun ventured to the meditation hall, his mother was always by his side. Her presence was a constant reminder of his filial duty, and it dictated the way he lived his life. Unlike the other monks, Shoun could not reside within the monasteries for his mother needed him, so he erected a modest dwelling for the two of them, where he could care for her with love and devotion. To sustain their humble life, Shoun copied sutras and Buddhist verses, earning a few coins to provide food for their modest table. Their existence was simple, and they found contentment in their shared journey. However, the people of the village often gossiped and scoffed when they saw Shoun purchasing fish for his mother. Monks were expected to abstain from eating fish, and Shoun's actions seemed to defy convention. But Shoun paid no heed to the murmurs of the villagers. What mattered most was the well-being of his beloved mother. He was not bound by rigid rules, he was bound by love. Yet, it pained Shoun to see his mother hurt by the ridicule of others. Touched by her compassion and her desire to ease his burden, he found himself blessed with a new companion in his spiritual journey. His mother, seeing the laughter of others, made a profound decision: she would become a nun, embracing a vegetarian lifestyle in solidarity with her son's path. Together, they embarked on a spiritual journey that deepened their bond and strengthened their resolve. Shoun possessed a passion for music, and he was a master of the harp. This love for the harmonious vibrations of the strings was a gift he shared with his mother. On nights when the full moon illuminated their humble abode, they would sit together, playing the harp in harmony, the music resonating with the cosmos itself. One fateful evening, a young lady passed by their modest home, drawn by the enchanting melodies that flowed through the moonlit night. The music touched her soul, and she felt a deep connection with the unseen musicians. Overwhelmed by the beauty of the music, she decided to extend an invitation to Shoun, the harpist. With gratitude in his heart, Shoun accepted the young lady's invitation, grateful for the opportunity to share his music. As the days passed, he occasionally encountered the young lady on the bustling streets of the village, and he expressed his heartfelt appreciation for her hospitality. However, the villagers, always quick to judge, mocked and laughed at Shoun. They believed he had visited the home of a woman of questionable virtue, one of the streets. One day, duty called Shoun away from his village. He embarked on a journey to a distant temple, where he was to deliver a lecture to eager disciples. The weeks turned into months, and he was far from home when he received news of his mother's passing. The friends and neighbors, unaware of how to reach him, had already begun the funeral ceremony. Shoun returned to his village, arriving just as the funeral procession was underway. He approached the open coffin, his heart heavy with grief and loss. With a solemn air, he raised his staff and gently tapped the wooden frame of the coffin. "Mother, your son has returned," he spoke softly to the lifeless form within. His heart ached with longing, but in the stillness of that moment, he heard a response, as if his mother's voice echoed through the ages. "I am glad to see you have returned, son," he heard in his heart. "Yes, I am glad too," Shoun whispered, his voice heavy with emotion. He turned to the people who had gathered around him and announced with unwavering determination, "The funeral ceremony is over. You may bury the body." In the twilight of his life, Shoun knew that his time in this world was drawing to a close. He gathered his devoted disciples around him one morning, the sun rising gently in the sky. He informed them that he would pass on at noon, and he asked them to accompany him in his final moments. As the sun ascended, Shoun burned incense before a picture of his beloved mother and his old teacher, paying homage to the profound influences that had shaped his journey. With deep reverence, he picked up his brush and composed a final poem, capturing the essence of his existence. "For 56 years I lived as best I could, making my way in this world. Now the rain has ended, the clouds are clearing, the blue sky has a full moon." As he completed his poem, the disciples gathered around him, their hearts filled with a mixture of sadness and gratitude. Together, they recited sutras, their voices carrying the weight of a shared journey and the promise of a peaceful passing. As the clock struck noon, Shoun, the compassionate son, the devoted harpist, and the humble monk took his last breath. His disciples witnessed the moment of his passing, and the world seemed to hold its breath in reverence. In the stillness that followed, the teachings of a lifetime echoed through the hearts of those who had gathered, a reminder of the eternal wisdom that transcends the boundaries of time and form. In the end, Shoun's life was a testament to the power of love, compassion, and devotion. His journey was marked by simple acts of kindness and the unwavering commitment to duty, both as a son and as a practitioner of Zen. He had demonstrated that the path of Zen was not confined to meditation halls or scriptures. It was lived in every moment, in the care of a loved one, in the harmony of music, and in the profound connection between all beings. As the sun continued its journey across the sky, the disciples of Shoun stood in silent contemplation, grateful for the lessons their teacher had imparted and for the timeless wisdom that had guided his life. The rain of the past had indeed ended, and the blue sky of enlightenment had been revealed, shining with the brilliance of a full moon.